we start? Yes, right. Starting now. So time taken is distance divided by speed. Also, we have two special unit vectors here. One is theta cap. One is r cap. R cap is in radial direction, and theta cap is perpendicular to the radial direction.
So can we say tangential?
Tangential, always we cannot say. In circular motion, we can say it is tangential, but sometimes the particle may be moving in other path. For example, this path, that is this red colored path. Then tangent will be this side. But theta cap will.
In all cases, tangent is not possible, sir.
But theta cap will always be perpendicular to r cap. Theta cap will always be perpendicular to r cap. So in our this particular case, it is good that theta cap is also tangential. But in all cases, theta cap will not be tangential. In other cases, theta cap will be just perpendicular to r cap. That's it. Okay. Right. Now, perpendicular in which direction, moreover? Because we can have two perpendiculars. Why am I not taking perpendicular this side? Because this is x-axis, and angles we take normally in clockwise direction as anti-clockwise direction as positive. Yes. And I think you are so. Therefore, I am taking perpendicular to r cap in the direction of increasing theta. Theta is increasing in this direction. So I am taking in the direction of increasing theta. That I am taking as theta cap. Okay, or in that, or we can say in anti-clockwise direction, I am taking it to be theta cap. What is value of v minus u? So initial velocity in the diagram, it is given that initial velocity is u j cap, and final velocity is, what is the final velocity? It is this here. Magnitude of u and magnitude of v both are same. Let us call both of these as v only. Therefore, I can say initial velocity is equal to magnitude v multiplied by direction j cap. But what is the final velocity? If I want to find what is the final velocity, do one thing first. Take a vector parallel to velocity vector. This is that. If I take a vector equal to velocity and parallel to itself, but passing through origin, then this vector will be same as v only. Okay. So if it is 90 minus theta here, 90 degrees minus theta, and this will be theta, then this will again become 90 degrees minus theta. Then what will be v vector if I take the component? Don't forget how to take component. Just take cos. Cos of 90 minus theta for x component. Cos of theta for y component. What v will become then? V cos 90 degree minus theta along which direction?
Minus I cap.
Very good. Along minus I cap. And
V cos theta along.
V cos theta along plus j cap.
J cap.
Then this can be written as v into minus v sin theta I cap plus
v cos theta along j cap.
I think common I cannot take, plus v cos theta along j cap. So now what is v minus u? V minus u, I know what is u. U was already written here, but I will rub it now again. And I will write it separately below. Here I will write it. So this thing is already there, that is v. Let me copy this one here. And I will put it here in place of v. And similarly, I will bring vj cap. And I will put it here. Then the difference is minus of u I have to take. This whole thing is one vector. This is another vector. What is the difference? Now I think I can write minus v sin theta I cap and plus v cos theta minus v j cap. Then what would be average acceleration? Average acceleration formula?
V minus u by t.
Exactly right. Change in velocity divided by time interval.
taken.
So that already we have written, we are going to use the time taken here. Time taken is r theta by v.
R theta by V.
So I think we will be getting finally as v square. Why I'm taking v square? Because this will go to the denominator. When it goes to the denominator, then this we will again from here it will come to the numerator or not.
Yes, sir.
So it will become v square.
V square
V
minus
square by
sin,
r whole multiplied by
minus sin
remain-
theta I cap
minus sine theta is along I cap, correct? Plus cos
cos
theta
theta
minus 1
j cap.
is along j cap. This thing is there finally. This is the average acceleration. If somebody is asking what is the magnitude of average acceleration, although sorry, I forgot to divide by theta. R theta it was, so theta will also be there. Theta. Now, what is magnitude? Mod of average
Mod of-
acceleration. That will be just
Yes,
v square by r theta into sine square theta plus cos theta minus 1
cos
square.
Whole square.
Then I think it can be written as 1 sine square theta plus cos square theta. I am writing as 1. One more 1 will come because of minus 1 whole square. Then it will be minus 2 cos theta under the root v square by r theta, which I can further write as v square by 2 into 1 minus cos theta under the root. I want to remove this root. That I can do by using one formula of 1 minus cos
theta equal to 2 sin
is
square
equal
theta by
to 2 sin theta by 2. It comes from a geometric formula. So those who don't know, they should learn it. 4 into sine square theta by 2 under the root into v square by r theta. Then at last, final answer for average acceleration is v square by,
V square by
R
r theta
theta.
into 2 sin theta by 2.
or I can write in a symmetric way. You are right. That is also right what you are saying. But I think it will appear interesting if I write in this way. Sine theta by 2 divided by theta by 2. What you said is right, although it is same as 2v square by r into sine theta by 2 divided by theta. But I could write in this way and the formula appears more symmetric. It is sine of some angle and it is divided by the same angle. And what angle is that? That angle is half of the angle moved. If particle is moving from A to B in circle, what is the half of the angle moved? Half of the angle moved means theta by 2.
Theta by 2.
So answer we are getting in terms of half of the angle moved. So this is right. This is good. Finally, we are getting it. Now I will do one more thing here. What will happen if theta tends to 0?
Then
If-
sin theta is equal to
What will happen to
Sin
the
theta
left hand side?
theta by 2 equal to 1.
tan.
One,
Yes.
sir.
Left hand. No, I am not talking about right hand side. I am taking what will happen to the left hand side. Now I am calling it as average acceleration. Should I call it as average acceleration even then? What is the formula for average acceleration? Average acceleration is, see, understand what is average acceleration. Average acceleration is delta V by
Delta
delta
t.
t. And what is the instantaneous acceleration? When this limit
dv by dt.
delta t tends to 0, when small interval is there, then automatically this becomes equal to derivative of v with respect to time. It is just a big notation. That big notation comes in this. Means it is automatically understood. When I write d and d, it means the time interval is small. That is understood in this notation. So don't you think if I take angle small, then that also means the same thing. The time interval will be small. It means I
Yes.
can convert, I can get instantaneous acceleration also from the same formula. But I have to just take limit. Either I can take time tending to 0, or I can take theta tending to 0. So what I will get then, actual average acceleration, instantaneous acceleration will be limit. I can say theta tending to 0 degrees. Why theta tending to 0? If you are still not understanding, think in this way. R theta by V. If time tends to 0, then automatically time
Zero.
is proportional to theta. Theta will also tend to 0. So therefore, this will become V square by r into sine theta by 2 divided by theta by 2. If you know what I can write for small angle sine theta by 2 values, for small angles I can write it as theta by 2, but there is one more theta by 2 below, so it will become v square by r into theta by 2 upon theta by 2. Then theta by 2 will cancel with theta by 2. Then our answer
V
is
square
just
by R.
v square by r. This is, what is it? Formula for acceleration of what particle? Of the particle which is moving in circular path. So it is,
So what happened to the sign?
what happened to what?
The sign.
It is
As
magnitude.
theta is very small angle, sine will get.
No. Sign should be there. He's right only. But actually, why sign is not appearing? Reason is after this onwards, when I go to this step, then I have already taken magnitude of acceleration. So sign is gone here. This is all after that magnitude wise. I forgot to write mod here in some places, but it is all magnitude. This is all magnitude after that. No, this was not magnitude. I think this was this thing here. This thing was explanation of the formula in general. So it is means our derivation continues like this. When we reach here, after that from here we jump to this place downwards. Okay, but in between I have just explained, I have reminded you that what are the formulae that we can write for instantaneous acceleration. This is just that reminding, right? So mainly we are this one is also written, it is same as this only. So this is how our derivation goes. So because in our derivation we were already getting magnitude here, so this also should give us magnitude of acceleration. So similarly this. So you are right, although that what would be sign, we should be thinking about that. And in fact, you know, it is very good question. Always ask this question whenever there is a vector quantity. You should have two things in mind. What is its magnitude and what is its direction? So this answer which we got here is partial answer. It is not complete. It is just magnitude of the acceleration. So okay, anyway, let us first be satisfied with this self only.
Sir.
Acceleration
Sir.
is yes, say.
Sir, my network is there is some issue in my network, so that make Yuvan as a co-host. Sir.
You want me to give co-host to Yuvan?
Yes, sir. Today I am having a network issue, sir.
Okay, no problem. I will give it to Yuvan then. Where is Yuvan? Yuvan, can you talk once?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. You be co-host. And then Chaitanya, you also talk once. I want to remove you from co-host.
I have already been removed, sir.
Okay, fine then, fine. Right. So magnitude of acceleration is v square by r. So now this boy said, right, I don't know who asked this question, but that was a genuine and nice question. What would be its acceleration direction? Direction will be found by this. How can we find direction from this? See, it has complete information. It has information of direction also. If I take magnitude and I multiply by unit vector, then I can do the same thing here. Here also I can multiply some by some unit vector. What would be the unit vector here for small angle? When angle is small, when theta tends to 0. When theta tends to 0 degrees, it will become, first of all, let me find the unit vector. What would be unit vector? What is the magnitude of this part? Its magnitude came out to be, what was magnitude of this part here? Vector part. This thing, 4 sine square theta by 2 under the root. So what I am going to do now, I am going to write the unit vector. So it was sine theta minus sine theta I kept plus, I forgot 1 minus cos theta or cos theta minus 1. I think cos theta minus 1 j kept.
Minus
Cos theta minus 1, sir.
But I want unit vector, so I have to divide by magnitude. Dividing by magnitude, sine square theta plus cos theta minus 1 square under the root. Then I get it as minus sine theta divided by, if you know, I have found it as 2 sine theta by 2 I kept plus, what is 1 minus cos theta? 1 minus cos theta is
2 sin square theta by
2 sine square theta by 2. Then what would be cos theta minus 1? Minus, it will appear minus there. Upon 2 sine theta by 2. Now tell me, what is this coming out to be? I can write it as
cos theta by 2 I minus cos theta by 2 I cap.
minus cos theta by 2 I cap by the sine theta formula. what formula he has used? He has used the formula that sine 2 theta can be written as 2
2
sine
cos
theta
theta.
cos theta. If it is not 2 theta, we can say sine theta is equal to 2 sine
2
theta
sin
by
theta
2
by 2
into
cos
cos
theta by
theta by 2. What next? Next is, I think, minus sine theta by
Sin theta.
2 j cap.
j cap.
This is the direction. So if somebody asks me what is the direction, then I will write what was the magnitude of acceleration, average acceleration magnitude. Average acceleration magnitude was v square by r into sine theta by 2 upon theta by 2.
Yes,
Now
sir.
let me write average acceleration with proper direction this time. So v square by r into sine theta by 2 divided by theta by 2, the magnitude multiplied by the direction, minus cos theta by 2 I cap minus sine theta by 2 j cap. Now it is proper vector. Now we can ask, what is instantaneous vector? Instantaneous vector also I can get now. How to get instantaneous? Instantaneously, magnitude was v square by r. What will be limit of this unit vector when it tends to 0? I think minus cos theta by 2 will become minus 1.
Minus I.
Minus 1 I cap.
Sir,
And second, sine theta by 2 will become what?
0.
Sine theta by 2 will become tending to 0. So it will be 0 only. So it will be minus 1 I cap. So it will be minus v square by r along I cap. That is acceleration.
sir,
Yes.
in the above step where you found the unit vector,
Mm-hmm.
you have to divide the whole vector by its magnitude, no, sir?
But my whole vector is this only. I was taking this part separate, and this I was taking and I was dividing it by its magnitude. This I multiplied at last, no, again. What would difference it would make if you want to take this also? Then again divide by v square by r theta. This will finally cancel this part only. So unit vector will always remain what I got here. Where was that? It will remain same only. You try taking v square by r term also with it. Doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
Sir, now which you found the acceleration, this can be used in any one of the problems which are given, sir.
Only on conditions are there, not in any one problem. First of all, one condition, circular motion.
Yes, sir, circular motion.
And then another condition, not only circular motion, don't forget, one more is there, and I should add that also, uniform circular motion. What do we mean by uniform? That speed is constant.
Constant.
So if both conditions are satisfied, it is circular and it is v with v is constant, and one more condition. Don't think always it will be this thing only. Our particle was in which place initially? Our particle was starting from this position. When it was starting from this position, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, velocity was here, it was this place. Then acceleration came out to be in this direction at 90 degrees to this velocity. But when velocity will be here, then this acceleration will be here. It will always remain perpendicular to velocity. It will always remain perpendicular to velocity. I have discussed a few 1 week back only that in any curvilinear path, when the speed remains constant, in any curvilinear path, when the speed remains constant, then acceleration will be not making acute or obtuse angle, but it will be making 90-degree angle with velocity in any place. If speed is constant, then what angle velocity vector will be making with acceleration? 90 degrees with acceleration. And what will be the value of that acceleration? It will always be v square by r, where what r will represent. In such cases, when there is no circular motion,
Radius of curvature.
there is no circular motion, then I will say it is local, some radius of curvature. Means if I assume that it is a part of a big circle and it is also part of some circle, what radius of that circle would be? If somebody knows that radius is r1 and here that radius is r2, then you know here acceleration will be v square by r1, and here it will be v square by r2. So this acceleration always points towards center of curvature. It points towards the center of curvature. Therefore, we can also call this acceleration as centripetal. Petal means pointing towards.
Yes.
Petal means center, and petal means pointing towards center. So centripetal acceleration. It is called as centripetal acceleration. Okay, it will always be pointing towards the center. And while this centripetal acceleration is there, then the only this is there and other accelerations are not existing, then the speed will be constant. But if speed is changing, then other than this centripetal acceleration, let us call it AC towards center because it is, other than that, there will be one additional acceleration which will be along tangent to either parallel to velocity or anti-parallel to velocity, either parallel to velocity or anti-parallel to velocity. If acceleration is parallel to velocity, then speed will increase or decrease. Guess. If
Increase.
Increase.
if one component of acceleration is parallel to velocity, then the speed will increase. If one component of acceleration is anti-parallel to velocity, then speed will decrease. Okay. So this is what it is. And wait a second, let me just remove this. These I just had shown for demonstration only. Okay. Right. Let us go back to our example here. The only purpose of this mainly I want you to be much familiar with vectors. That's why I want to do the same thing again. What I want to do again, I want to derive again. You may be thinking already derived. What is the point of deriving same thing again and again? But it is about getting familiar with vectors. I want you to be much familiar with vectors concept. I'm taking axis properly. One axis and the second one. And then let me take one more circle again. And this time I am doing the same derivation, but in a completely different manner. Completely different manner. This time what I'm doing, I am representing position vector r and this theta. What is r vector? Tell me. What is r vector?
R sin theta j cap.
Very good, boy. I hope everybody is understanding like you. Otherwise, there will be a problem. Those who are not understanding, please understand. See here. I can write it as x comma y, and I can always write position vector as x coordinate along I cap plus y coordinate along j cap. And what is x component? I have told
R
now
cos
also it will be r cos theta.
R
What will
cos
be
theta.
y component? It is 90 minus
R
theta.
sin
So y
theta.
component will be r cos 90 minus theta.
90 minus.
Because this is 90 minus theta. Always take cos. Automatically it will become sine when you will take cos of that corresponding angle. So right. Finally, I could write it as r cos theta along I cap plus sine theta along j cap. R is taken common out of it. And you know one thing, what is r cap? Tell me, what is r cap? R vector divided by
R
vector
vector
by
divided by magnitude of R. Sir.
So it is cos theta I cap plus sine theta j cap. Means this little vector here, if I take r cap here, it is r cap. What is it? It is just 1 unit vector. It is not equal to the total length. It is just 1 unit length. And there is another vector which is perpendicular to that, that is theta cap. Now I will tell you what is the significance of these vectors. And you will really find the next derivation interesting, and it is easy also, much easy in the last derivation. What I want to derive again, I want to find acceleration. How to find acceleration? See, again I am assuming, should I assume uniform circular motion or should I not?
No.
Even if it is non-uniform, then also you can do easily, because this method is really much powerful. It will be very easy to get non-uniform also, non-uniform circular motion. Non-uniform circular motion. Now I will tell you how good this method is. We don't care whether r is varying, then also we can, no, r is not varying, sorry, r is constant. But velocity is varying. I will use one notation. If I write r dot, what does it mean? dr by dt.
dt.
If I write theta dot, what does it mean?
d theta by
D
dt.
theta by dt. If I write theta cap dot, what does it mean? Derivative of unit vector d theta by theta dot cap dot. It will mean that, right? Okay, fine. So having understood these things, let us start deriving it.
Theta bar by theta.
R vector is equal to R into R cap. Oh, sorry. R cap, like this. Can we write in this way?
Yes, sir.
Few more things I want to add here, which we need for ourselves. I think I should add few more points here. What is R cap? Cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap. That is R cap. What is theta cap, by the way? Can anyone guess what is theta cap? Theta cap means, take this here.
Minus sin theta I cap. plus
Sin theta
cos
plus
theta.
cos theta j.
This angle is theta.
theta cap ఎట్లయితే అది ఏంది
చెప్తాలే ఏది టీటా క్యాప్
ఏంది
This is theta cap. What is this boy saying? What was he saying?
Talking to himself, sir, but somehow it got unmuted, and he's
Okay,
telling
okay.
that he's not understanding the concept.
So ask me rather than talking to yourself, really, and ask in English if possible, please. Okay. Otherwise, you can tell your friends in Telugu and they can translate. That is also possible.
Yes, sir.
So if you are not understanding anything, this is just 90 degrees. It is right angle. It is perpendicular to this. And in circular motion, it is not even very difficult vector to understand. It is just a tangent vector. It is one unit vector which is along the tangent for the circular motion.
cap plus cos theta j cap, sir.
And what will be its value of theta cap? Theta cap will be, it is one unit vector. I can bring this parallel to itself here. I can bring this theta cap parallel to itself here. And then I will be taking its component along y-axis and its component along x-axis. And its magnitude is, all unit vectors have same magnitude, 1 unit. So what will be component of 1 unit vector along this side? It will be cos of 90 minus theta along x-axis, which will be sin theta. So I can write minus sin theta along I cap
Plus
plus
cos theta j cap.
cos theta along j cap. Then, and also one more thing now, we want to see whether we got the right result or not. What is the dot product of two perpendicular vectors? Dot
Zero.
product of two perpendicular vectors, 0. Let us take the dot product of R cap with theta cap. If I take dot product, cos theta into minus sin theta
Plus
plus
sin theta.
sin theta into cos theta, and that is equal to 0.
0.
Clearly, we got it right. R cap is perpendicular to theta cap. We got it right only. So now, what we are going to do, we are going to find out few more things here before we start with our derivation. I want to first find out what is dr by d theta. Can you differentiate respect to theta? What would that be?
Minus sin theta I cap.
Minus sin theta I cap
Minus
plus
sin
cos
theta I
theta
cap.
j cap.
Plus cos theta j cap. Now somebody may think, how can I differentiate a vector? We can always differentiate vectors. There is nothing wrong. We are always differentiating, right?
Sir, in
We are
that we will
always-
take with respect to x, sir, but here we will take
These
with respect
vectors
to
are
y or...
variables. R cap is
Yes,
not a
sir.
constant vector. Why?
Yes,
Because
sir.
soon afterwards, when the position will be here, then R cap will be here and theta cap will again be along tangent. So they will be varying. But I cap
Varies.
never varies. I cap is fixed and j cap is also fixed. Those are not variable. So if I want to differentiate I cap, it will be 0 derivative. If I want to differentiate j cap, it will be 0 derivative. But derivative of R cap is not 0. That is equal to this. And I think if you are,
Yes, sir.
if you have understood, then it is coming out to be theta cap or not. Check it once.
Yes, sir.
Is it theta cap or not? It is theta cap only.
Yes, sir.
Very nice and interesting. What is d theta cap by d theta? That would be,
R cap.
let us differentiate again, not R cap. Differentiate minus sin theta.
Minus
Derivative
cos
of
theta.
minus sin theta is minus cos theta.
Minus cos theta. Minus sin
Derivative
theta
of
j cap.
cos theta is derivative of cos
Minus sin theta. Minus sin theta. sir.
minus sin theta j cap. Then I can
Minus
take
R
minus common and I can write cos theta I cap plus sin theta j
Sin
cap
theta R cap, sir.
minus R cap. So we have got one thing to know here. Let us understand this. We are going to use it. What derivative of R cap does and what derivative of theta cap does? Derivative of theta cap with respect to theta rotates the vector. By what amount it rotates? It rotates by
minus R.
theta cap by 90 degrees. In which direction it rotates? It rotates theta cap by 90 degrees in anti-clockwise direction. That's why it becomes minus R
Anti-clockwise.
cap. Because R cap is this side, then minus R cap will be opposite to that. Minus R cap is this side. This total angle between these two is 180 degrees, right or not? Okay. Similarly,
Yes, sir.
Similarly, if I differentiate R cap, what I will be getting by differentiating R cap? Again, vector rotated by what amount? 90 degrees. That's why we are getting theta cap. That's why we are getting theta cap. So it is this way we can learn the differentiation of these vectors, R cap and theta cap, when we differentiate with respect to what? Not with respect to time, but just with respect to the angle. Then we are getting these things. Again, this relation, we will be using these two. This will be useful for us. So these we are going to use, right? And I have used one notation here. I am writing R dot as, what is R dot? R dot is dr by dt.
dr by
What is
dt.
theta dot? D theta by dt. And what is theta cap dot? Theta cap dot is d theta cap by dt. Okay. Rate of change of angle with respect to time, we also represent it as angular velocity. What we represent it as? Angular velocity, and we represent it as omega. Angular velocity. Rate of change of angle with respect to time is called as angular velocity. And what is R cap? R dot? R dot is called as velocity in radial direction. If R is changing, then this velocity will appear, otherwise it will not appear. Why it will not appear? If R is constant, what is derivative of constant vector?
0, sir.
0. Then not constant, yes, R is constant in magnitude, and it is magnitude of R. Derivative of magnitude of R will be 0. So I can simply write it as 0. In this particular example, it is 0, not always. Sometimes it will be playing some role. Here it is 0. So what we are going to use? We are going to use all this stuff. You can keep these things in mind. I'm going to use these one by one. This one, and maybe I will be going to use this one. These all things I will be using, right? And R dot will be 0. I will be using this information here. I will be using all this stuff. Now start differentiating. What is R cap dot? Product rule I can use. Product rule, you know, derivative
sir.
of R will be R into R cap dot plus R dot
Dot into R cap.
into R cap. Now, what is R cap dot? R cap dot was dr cap by dt, not dr by d theta. Don't think dr by d theta. It is dr cap by dt. So I can write it as R into dr by dt, okay, plus R cap into, in fact, I will do one more thing so that this thing appears very easy to you finally. I will write R cap dot also here. What is R cap dot? Let me write this properly, R cap dot here. Here I am writing R cap dot. R cap dot will be dr cap by d theta multiplied by d theta by dt. What is rate of change of angle with respect to time? That I can call d theta dot, or I can also call it as omega, angular speed omega. And what is dr by d theta? That we already know, it is nothing but theta cap.
Omega.
Okay, so what we are getting finally, R cap dot is coming out to be omega into theta cap. Similarly, what is this term here? Theta cap dot. I can write as d theta by d theta into d theta by dt. You understood that or not? Divide by d theta, multiply by d theta. Then it is same thing, only this thing only, right? So this thing I can write further as, what is it equal to? It is equal to what is rate of change of theta cap with respect to theta? Rate of change of theta cap with respect to theta is minus R cap. So we are going to write minus R cap into omega, right? Minus R cap into omega, that is equal to theta cap dot. This also I will be using again somewhere. Theta cap dot is minus R cap into omega. Let us put this also in circle. Right. So what information we are going to use? What is derivative of r cap vector? Omega times
Sir, I have a doubt.
theta cap. Yes.
So why are we differentiating against the time, sir?
Where?
We have already found a differentiation of everything with respect to theta.
Mhm.
But again, why we are finding with time?
There's only one reason, because I don't want to find out it has no significance. What is the significance of dr by d theta? Nothing. But dr by dt means something. What is dr by dt? Velocity.
Velocity.
So if I want to find velocity, I have no option, but I will have to find out dr by dt only.
Yes,
Okay, that is the reason. So I will have to find that only. There is no other purpose of that. But purpose is because I was interested in finding acceleration. So I will have to differentiate with respect to time, not with respect to theta. But then you may ask me this question, sir, if you have to differentiate with respect to time only, then why were you unnecessarily differentiating with respect to theta? I think you may have got the answer. If I know what is the derivative with respect to theta, then I can use that information to find derivative with respect to time by use of chain rule. So now you may ask me, sir, still it
Yes,
is
sir.
becoming lengthy. I agree, it is becoming lengthy and it is becoming somewhat appearing to be complicated. But see, it is physically we can visualize what is derivative of r cap just with respect to theta. Just turn it by 90 degree and that will be derivative with respect to theta. What is derivative of theta cap with respect to theta? Again, turn it by 90 degrees. That is minus r cap. What is derivative of minus r cap with respect to theta? Again, keep turning by 90 degrees.
Minus theta cap.
So it is so easy. It is so easy. Even if somebody asks you this thing, sometimes they ask such questions also. I have seen it. They have asked some such question in your examination. D3000 divided by D, let us say theta 3000 r cap. You can still get the answer. You have to turn it how many number of times? 1000 number of
3000.
3000 number of times. So what will be 3000
3000, sir.
multiplied by 90 degrees? 3000 multiplied by 90 degrees will be
27
27,000. So yeah,
no sir,
where will it-
2,70,000.
2,70,000. Where we will reach after that many rotations? Can you figure it out? Where we will reach? Do one thing. Don't find angle. Sorry, my mistake. Why I found angle unnecessarily. No need to find angle. What I will do? After every one time derivative, it is turning by 90 degree. So if after how many times it will be turning by 360 degree? It will turn by 360 degree by 4 such
Okay.
derivatives. So let us write this thing as 3000. I can write as divided by 4. What it will be? 4 7s are 28. Then I get 20. 4 5s are 20. Then I get 750. 750 or not? Means it is completely dividing by 4. Means definitely this vector will be finally reaching back to which position? It will be reaching back to r cap. Now let me ask more complicated than this question. More complicated is this one. 3000 r cap divided by dt 3000. Can you answer it now? Think.
Omega into r cap.
Not one time omega. That omega will, every derivative will keep on giving omega, every derivative. When we keep differentiating, after every derivative, we will be getting omega. How can you just take one times then? Right or not? Not understanding. See this way.
dr by
cap-
d theta into d
R
theta
cap
by
dot
d.
is omega into theta cap dot. One time derivative is this thing. What will be double derivative? I'm writing double dot means double derivative. Double derivative will become omega is constant because I am not assuming omega to be varying in this case. It will become more complicated otherwise. Assuming it to be, sorry, in the beginning, although my motion was non-uniform circular motion, but this question is very difficult for non-uniform circular motion. So I'm using this question I'm asking for uniform circular motion. For uniform circular motion, omega will be constant. If omega is constant, then I have to take derivative of what is it? Sorry, this is theta cap. So omega into derivative of theta cap. What is derivative of theta cap again? With respect to time, that will be omega into minus omega into r cap. 1 omega was already there. So what we get finally? Minus omega square r cap. Notice r cap double dot is minus omega square into r cap. So when we take double derivative, then omega also becomes squared. When we take triple derivative, omega will be cubed. 4 derivative, omega will be 4 times, like that only. So finally, we will be getting omega raised to power 3000 multiplied by r cap. That is answer. So what? What are you saying? Say it. I'm not able to hear anything.
Minus omega power 3000 will not come, sir.
Minus will not come in this case because here we have turned how many number of times? I told you 360
3000.
degree. It is multiple of, it is 750
360.
times 360 degrees. So if I'm taking 750 circles, then again I will reach in which vector? I will reach same vector r cap again. It is taking 750 times the complete turns. You're still not getting the point. Okay, I'm doing it again. R cap. What will be, in which direction derivative of r cap will be? Say it now. In which direction derivative of r cap will be? It will be in this direction. In which direction
Yes, sir.
derivative of theta cap will be? Theta cap will be in minus r cap direction. In which direction derivative of minus r cap will be? It will be along minus theta cap
Minus
direction.
theta cap.
In which direction derivative of minus theta cap will be? It will be again r cap direction. So it is turning this way, this way, this way, this way, and again repeating. So it has taken how many circles by, if I have to take 3000 times derivative, then it will be taking 750 circles.
750.
750 circles it will be taking. So understand that it will be taking 750 circles. Okay. You got the point?
Explain the next one, sir.
Yes.
The derivative of r cap is minus omega square r cap. Then if we derivate 4 times, it will also minus omega power 4 r cap, sir.
If we differentiate d4 r cap by dt4, right? Like that you are saying, right?
Yes, sir.
That will not be that. That will be omega raised to power 4 into r cap. That will be this. Why will it be omega square only? Why are you thinking that? Means what is coming to your mind? I don't know. As if you have read somewhere that they always keep it as minus omega square. Why are you saying that?
But double derivative, you said minus omega square r cap, no, sir.
I said double derivative as d square r cap by dt square. I said r cap double dot. That was this. That I wrote as minus omega square r cap. Why? Because when we differentiate r cap one time, then what we get? We get a vector along the direction of theta cap, but multiplied with omega. When we differentiate again, then we get omega square into along minus r cap direction. When we multiply again, again take derivative, then we get omega cube, but direction is minus theta cap. When we again take derivative, then we get omega raised to power 4, but direction is along r cap. It keeps on happening like that only after every derivative.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you got the point or not?
Yes, sir.
Right. So come back to this where we were, and understand whatever I'm doing here. It has main aim is you should be very good at understanding vectors. I'm teaching you vectors here. Don't think I'm teaching you circular motion. I'm teaching you vectors here mainly. Main purpose is to teach you vectors. Main purpose is to make you understand that how these unit vectors also can be differentiated, and we can differentiate with respect to theta. And if we differentiate with respect to theta, then how easy answer we get. This is the main purpose. These things should appear easy to you. Anyway,
బేసిక్స్ చెప్పకుండా ఏమేమో చెప్తారా?
what is he saying again?
Saying that you are making it too complicated, sir.
He's saying I'm making it too complicated.
And he is also telling that already you told basics, sir, but he is telling that you did not tell the basics.
Basics,
I think so.
I
I did
don't
not
know.
attend the basics class.
So if you are not attending the classes and coming suddenly, waking up today and then saying, blaming me, then it is, I cannot do anything in that. Really. Okay. I can really not help in that. And actually, video lectures are already there. You can go through those also. And yes, definitely I have to So these students, those who are understanding, they also were you knowing already from earlier classes all these things, or you are learning now only? You are learning now only or not?
Now only.
Yes, sir.
Now
Then
only.
when they can learn, why can't you learn? Now you attend the classes. I have seen some students will be attending classes for 50% of the time. Then after that, they leave the classes also. And then they think that we will not be understanding. Obviously, we will not be understanding. First, you attend the class regularly.
Yes,
If
sir,
you
more
still
than
don't understand,
150 students are there in the class, sir. But now only
Now-
80 students.
Now only
after that,
76 members, sir.
76, sir.
and that those also will leave after that. It will be nearly 50 only, something like that only. Anyway, so r vector derivative is this r into r cap dot plus r dot into r cap, right? So what we will be getting then? We will be getting r double dot. That will be what? Wait, sorry. First, let me write it down properly. What it will be? It would be r into what is r cap dot derivative? R cap dot was here. We had found it before. It was omega theta. Omega into theta cap plus what was r dot? R dot was
Zero.
dr. Radial r dot was 0. Sorry, yes, r dot was 0 here for this particular case. Correct. Plus 0. Right. This is r. It is velocity. What is derivative of r? It is nothing but velocity. So what is the velocity formula? Velocity is r omega, and direction for velocity is along the tangent. We already know this thing. I have told you that velocity will always be along which direction?
sir.
It will be along tangent. Now let us take derivative of velocity. What is derivative of velocity? Again, I have to differentiate 3 terms now. You know how to differentiate 3 terms? Take derivative one at a time. R omega theta cap dot, then r omega dot
Here
theta
omega not
cap.
constant.
If omega not constant, then I have to take omega cap dot. And here I have taken non-uniform circular motion, so omega is not constant. Plus r dot omega theta cap. Now tell me, what will be derivative of theta cap? I have written it here. Derivative of theta cap is this. What is that? That is equal to
Minus R cap
Omega
omega.
minus r into omega square. I think it will become now, because 1 omega will come from that derivative, into r cap plus r into derivative of omega is called as angular acceleration. Derivative of omega is called as angular acceleration. We represent it by alpha.
Alpha.
Alpha is angular acceleration. Alpha is angular acceleration. It is new symbol for you. So let me write somewhere. Alpha is double derivative of theta or derivative of omega. So what does it become then? R alpha into theta cap plus r dot into omega. R dot into omega is what here?
0, sir.
0 again. So what we are getting then? We are getting minus omega square r into r cap plus r alpha into theta cap. This is the acceleration. This is the acceleration. This is what we are getting. Okay. If I have to find the magnitude of the acceleration, then magnitude of acceleration will become omega square r square plus r alpha square whole under the root. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ask what you want to ask.
I think so.
Nothing?
I think so.
Okay, right. Next we have, anyway, now
So find the unit vector, sir.
find the
Unit vector.
unit vector. How to, you are asking how to find the unit vector?
Sir,
What
just
is the question?
asking-
A by the magnitude.
What is the unit vector along A? You are saying that? I could not understand what is he asking.
Sir, I'm just asking you to do it, sir.
What exactly you want? Means alpha is derivative of angular velocity with respect to time. That is just a, it is same thing as rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time. We represent it by alpha. It is same thing only. We could write here omega dot only maybe. Okay. the way acceleration is for rate of change of velocity with respect to time is acceleration. Similarly, rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time is called as angular acceleration. But the symbol for that angular acceleration is normally
Alpha.
usually we represent it by alpha usually. Okay. Anyway, fine. Now let us go back to our normal kinematics. Although this thing is circular motion, we will study maybe
Circular
again there also, so you don't have to worry much. But I mainly wanted to tell you that how to do the derivatives in case of vectors. How do we differentiate? And this example is nice example to clarify such things. So therefore, I usually take it this time only. Anyway, now next I will prefer to take now the see I think I have told you average acceleration. What is average acceleration? That I have discussed already. Instantaneous acceleration also discussed, I think so, dv by dt, right? Now I can take few examples what kind of questions I can ask on this. First basic examples would be something like this. Let us say I'm giving acceleration as 2t I cap, and I'm asking you to find velocity and displacement as function of time. This is most basic example as function of time. Here it is given that initially particle is at rest. Particle is at rest. That is given to you. This is question number 1. I will keep on taking more and more questions of kinematics to make you understand that. Tell me, what is the acceleration? No, sorry, what is the velocity and how to get that? What is the relation between acceleration and velocity? dv by dt is equal to 2t I cap. Then what will
Yes,
be
sir.
dv?
dv equal to
2t into dt integral
Integration.
I cap.
T
We
square.
don't have to write that. I can write at last. Okay. So what we get then finally?
T square
Limits.
I-
What would be the limits here?
0 to v, sir.
0 to v, because given particle is initially at
Rest.
rest. What will be limits on the other side?
0 to t.
0 to t. Then what I can write this as v is equal
V bar
to
t square.
2 into t square
square
by
by
2, which then becomes
I cap.
equal to t square magnitude wise, and direction is along I cap.
I cap.
Second question is, what is displacement?
T cube by 3.
Yes.
ds by
ds by
dt
dt.
will be velocity. So ds will be equal to v into dt integral. Then displacement will be what? Time 0 to t and t square into dt 0 to t. What that would become?
T cube by 3.
T cube by 3, and direction will remain same as it is I cap only, so it will also remain I cap. So displacement will be t cube by 3 along I cap. That is displacement. Now, if I want to make it slightly more complicated, then I will give you maybe acceleration as x square. Okay, I'm giving you as a function of x and not giving you as a function of velocity. And then I'm asking you, now I'm asking you displacement, again velocity as a function of time. Same thing, again velocity as a function of time. Can you tell how to get it? Again, write the formula for acceleration. dv by dt is equal to x square. But here we can get stuck that how to do the integration. Can we do the integration? If somebody does like this, will you be getting anything? Nothing.
dv by
Why
x
not? Because x is integration with respect to time, but I don't know how x varies as a function of time. Then how he should do? First, he should try to get in terms of x. That we can do by dividing by x dx and by multiplying by dx.
Chain rule.
Chain rule. Then I have changed the variable. This is a way to change the variable from time to x. Divide by x, multiply by x. What do I get then? then I get
V
v
dv by dx.
into dv by
dv by
dx
dx.
is equal to x square. In fact, I think not only you learn the formula, normally you have learned already this formula, v is equal to ds by dt. Acceleration is dv by dt. Along with that, learn this formula of acceleration also, v into dv by dx. I want you to remember this also. Okay. I could write here v into dv by ds. If it is displacement is represented by s, then I could write v into dv by ds. Okay. What we get now? Now we can integrate easily. V into dv. After two variables are remaining now, then what I have to do? Take same kind of variable, same side. Dx should be in the numerator here. And then we can start integrating. What we get?
V square by 2 is equal
Limit.
V square by equal to
I
x
think
cube by 3.
I had forgotten to mention. I should mention something. What was the initial velocity? Otherwise, we can't do it. Let me tell here. Assuming, or I'm telling in general, when I'm not giving you initial velocity, assume it to be. Assume initial velocity to be 0 only.
0.
I will be taking
Yes,
this only mostly. If I mention specifically, then you don't take it 0. Otherwise, you take it to be 0. Initially to be 0. Next, what it will be now? Take the limits 0 to v and 0 to x. Tell me what we would be getting then.
V square by 2 equal to x cube by
0 to v and 0. I
In this
cannot take
problem,
one more thing. I should mention here one more thing actually. Assuming initial velocity to be 0 at origin. If I don't mention at origin, then I can't tell that what was initial position. So I am writing initial position as 0 only if I mention in the question that initial position is given as origin. I may give you initial position as x equal to 1. Then I will have to start writing here limits as from 1 to x. Okay. Anyway, take it as origin. Now what we get then? V square by 2 is equal to x cubed by 3. So what we get velocity as? We are getting velocity as 2 by 3 x raised to power 3 by 2, and this is also under the root.
1 by 2.
But I had asked you, I think, velocity as a function of time. Are we getting answer? It means still we are not getting answer. So don't think if we are not getting answer, then this method was incorrect and it is lengthy. Not like that. There is no other option actually. We can't do anything else. We have to go by this procedure only. First, we can't even integrate if we don't change the variable from time to x. And how do we change this method? We write acceleration as v into dv by dx. What next? Now we can put v as rate of change of x with respect to time. Okay. Particles moving along x-axis here. What we get then? Root of 2 by 3 into x raised to power 3 by 2. Again, now how many variables are there? X and t. What we have to do? Same variable, same side. Bring dt other side and x in left hand side. X raised to power minus 3 by 2 into dx. Root 2 by 3 into dt. Constant can be taken out of integration. Limits, assume the particle to be at origin at t equal to 0, then up to t and up to x. What we get now, tell me? X raised to power, formula nx,
1 by
what
2.
is it? Minus 3 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 3 by 2 plus 1
so it's coming,
equals,
time
minus
is
1 by
coming
2.
negative, sir.
which is coming negative?
Time.
Root 2 by 3 into t. Let us see once, is it negative or not? X raised to power minus 3 by 2 plus 1 is what? Minus 1 by 2?
minus 1 by 2.
Minus 1 by 2 is equal to root of 2 by 3 into what I have to multiply with? Minus 1 by 2 into t, right only. Now I have to square both sides because I have to get, if I square both sides, what do I get? 1 by x. 1 by x is 2 by 3 into 1 by 4 into t square. What would
T
be
square
x?
equal to 3 by x, sir.
X will be equal to 3
X by t.
3 by
X, sir.
X by t square.
x by t, let's say x by t. Take x this side and bring 3 other side. It will become 3 divided by t square, 2t square. 6 by t square. It will be.
T square, sir.
6 by t square, sir.
That is x. What would be velocity?
We can substantiate with respect.
Dx by dt will be 6 by t square d by dt. What that would be now? Minus
12 by t cube.
5
Minus
by
12 by t cube.
minus 12 by t cube.
Yes, sir.
That is velocity. Is it right answer or wrong? There is something wrong in this. Can you tell me what is wrong in this?
Correct, sir.
No, there is something wrong. We have not done any calculation mistake so far. Every calculation is right. Every formula is also right. But even then, in this question, there is something wrong. Now identify what is wrong.
Velocity units meter per second, but not 1 by second cube.
Velocity is in.
So the units of velocity.
No problem in units of velocity. Everything is proper units. I have not given that thing that it is not in proper units. Everything is in proper units also. But there is something wrong here. Assuming initial velocity to be 0 at
Time
origin.
is
Did I
equal
say
to
that
zero.
or not? But when we put t0 there,
Infinity.
velocity we are getting as infinity. This is wrong. This is wrong. So what could be the answer for this then? Now, if it is not the answer, what would be the answer? Understand, answer is very simple. We don't have to even go all through that. If we understood this thing here, at origin, what is the acceleration?
0.
And what is the velocity at origin?
0.
0.
0. If speed is 0 and rate of change of speed is also 0. Understand? Speed 0, okay, and rate of change of that speed is also 0. Then what does it tell us? The speed will not change.
Constant.
Then speed will not change, and it means velocity should remain 0 only. It should continue to be at rest only. It cannot change. So we could have given its answer directly that velocity does not vary with time and velocity is constant. That would be the answer. Okay. So we can check such things before while solving the problem. That can we say directly also here? X is 0 means origin. Initial velocity to be 0, then body is at rest, and acceleration 0 means rate of change of velocity is also 0. It means it is not changing. It means it is remaining there only. It cannot move. Okay. You know, one more thing we can think: if acceleration is x square and x is 0 and acceleration 0, force is mass into acceleration, force is 0. Means body is in equilibrium. Body is in equilibrium. When force is 0, we call body to be in equilibrium at origin. And if body is in equilibrium, means no force is there to make it move. So it will continue to be at
Net force is
rest.
0, sir.
Net force is 0, so it will continue to be at rest. It cannot move.
So if we take point other than origin, sir.
Then it will move, definitely. Then I have to, then our integration will also change. If I say like this, let us say I don't give it origin and I say, assuming initial velocity to be 0 at some other point, maybe, where should I mention? Maybe not origin, some other point. Let me take it to be 1, maybe, right? at x equal to 1. Then what would be happening here? Then our limit here will not be 0 to x. It will become, in place of 0, it will become 1. And if I put here 1, then what will be the answer for this step here? Minus 1 by 3. If that is the case, then what will be the velocity? You will get something here, but little bit complicated. Then after that, dx by dt, that we have to integrate. Okay, and then we will get x as a function of time. Okay, don't try to do that in this case because I'm yes.
Why we have put x equal to 1, sir?
I said he's asked this big question that if x is not 0, then what would happen? He
Okay,
asked the question, what would happen if x is not 0? Then I said if x is not 0, then I will start taking the limits as x equal to 1. Then the question will change
Understood.
accordingly. Then it will become minus 1 by 3 here. The question will change in that case. And so will our answer. Answer will also change then. Okay.
How can we say that rate of change of velocity is constant throughout the motion, sir?
When there is no motion, then it is constant only. What do you mean by throughout the motion? Velocity 0, force acting on the particle 0. Then how will the body move? How will it move? Velocity is 0 and force is also 0. Acceleration means rate of change of velocity. If rate of change of velocity is 0 means, if dv by dt is 0 means velocity is constant.
It is a time t equal to 0.
It is not at time t equal to 0. It is at position x equal to 0, and particle will remain at x equal to 0 only. It cannot even move from there.
I understand.
If it is always remaining there only, then it will continue to be there only. Okay. Right. Next question. Let us take
Sir, time up, sir. 5:50.
5:50. Okay, then we can end it here. I will. Do we have time to do some assignment also, or you cannot do?
Can do, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
then
sir.
I will,
Can do,
I
sir.
will send some assignment. Okay, I'll send some assignment today. Okay, then bye.
By
Bye, sir.